Hey y'all, gorgeous day up here in North Texas, and we're doing some smoked queso and some homemade corn dogs for a Super Bowl party. Y'all stick around. Super Bowl weekend, and we're heading to a buddy's house, and I'm taking smoked queso. So, hey, first time I've ever used this little flat top on top of here, and I'll show you why. I converted this box a little bit, and the grate that came with it, I put underneath with some fire bricks around the perimeter. So effectively, I've pretty much eliminated this firebox for cooking. But I'm just cooking some sausage for my queso, so I'm going to use that little flat top. We'll see how it rolls. Got my sausage cooking on this flat top. In my Dutch oven, I've got smoked cheddar, I've got smoked Gouda, and I've got another smoked cheddar. It's my dog's, making sure everybody in the neighborhood knows he's out here. Then in the other one, I've got another smoked cheddar that said artisan cheese with tomato, basil, and garlic. What the hell, give that one a shot too. So it's all in my Dutch oven. My smoker running at about 350 right now, what it was before I opened it up. I'm gonna close it back up. We're gonna wait till it gets all ooey and gooey, technical term. Then I'm gonna add the sausage in there. Jimmy Dean, not spicy, because this is for a party, but most of those gals won't eat it if it's spicy. And if they want it spicy, they can spice it up themselves. We have ways to do that once it's completed. On my old country barbecue pit, this one's the Wrangler. It had on the firebox, it had a removable grate that could slide in and out that you could actually use for cooking on. So you could build your fire over here, and you could get that grate good and hot. And if you wanted to sear a steak, let's say you're doing a reverse sear, you could do that. Or you know, anything you want to cook on it on that grate, you could get it real good and hot, and you could cook on that grate. Well, I modified that a little bit. I took the grate out, and I built a little stand for it, and I put it down on the bottom, and then I lined this firebox with fire bricks, and that just kind of raised everything up, gave it some good airflow underneath, instead of trying to cook underneath that grate, which sat right about here. Now I'm cooking on that grate, which sits right about here. And man, my fire has gotten a lot better, and I just like it a lot more. But by doing that, I effectively eliminated this firebox from cooking, unless I go get another grate, which I just this second thought about that. I suppose I could do that, but it does have this flat top that's welded on here, and I'm using it to fry the sausage for my queso, and it's working great. It's working fantastic. So I'm just thinking, if I do want to cook pot beans, or heat up, probably not cook, but you can heat up a pot of beans on here, or if you want to heat up barbecue sauce, or if you want to boil water. I mean, you could boil some water if you needed to, or whatever. This flat top seems to work real good for that. Like I said, it's frying up this sausage nice, and then once I get that sausage fried up, good and crispy, then I'm going to put it inside this queso, which, like I said, I got 3 or 4 different kinds of cheeses. I got a couple of different types of rotel. I got some poblanos that I'm going to cut up just about the time I'm ready to stir it, that last stir, so that they're still good and crisp in there. Just a little. I'll just dice them real small, and but that'll keep them nice and crispy while they're in there. And in between all of that, the frying the sausage and the cutting up the poblanos and the melting the cheese, in between all of those different tasks, I'm pretty sure I'll just drink a beer or two. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, I got me some pretty darn good grilling helpers here. Don't mind those weeds down there. It's February, and yeah, I'm kind of letting lawn maintenance slack a little bit, so pre-emergent, I agree with you. That's something I need to do, but in the meantime, this was just about these helpers. This little girl over here, that's Pearl. This little boy right over here, that's Bo. Give them a shout out. They'd love it. Yeah, my queso's been on there for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. I have no idea. So let's take a look at it. Hey, if you're new to my videos, if you just stumbled onto this one, go back a few and look at the video about cleaning your cast iron. And if any of y'all have a video on doing videos in the wind, hook me up with that one, because it seems like every time I try to talk, here comes a wind. But it is Texas, y'all, so trying to have a minute without the wind, you know, that's sort of a tough thing to ask. But anyway, the reason I bring up that cast iron video is because when I get ready to clean this cast iron Dutch oven, it's going to be so easy. Seriously, it is going to be super duper easy. If you cook queso, let's say you cook it in a crock pot, and you don't use one of those plastic liners, cleaning that crock pot, you know, that's a chore. If you cook it in, you know, some other types of vessels, as Cowboy Kent Rollins calls them, then cleanup is it's not fun. And it gets you to the point to where you almost don't want to do stuff like this because you have to spend so much time cleaning them up. But if you'll follow the steps that I outlined on the taking care and cleaning your cast iron cookware, clean up on the Dutch oven, on a cast iron Dutch oven, or a cast iron skillet like we got right here, there you go. It's a breeze, y'all. Cast iron is just, well, it's just my opinion. Cast iron's the way to go. Cooking inside, cooking outside, absolutely. I cook over my little open fire pit with it. I use it on the smoker. I've used it on my propane grill. Yes, I have a propane grill, y'all. I put a video on the North Texas Barbecue Facebook page last weekend regarding the fact that I cooked pancakes for my niece and my nephews last Saturday morning, and I used that propane grill just to knock out a bunch of pancakes real quick. So, hey, I'm not a snob. If you find a reason to use propane, use propane. If you're a pellet guy, be a pellet guy. Me, I prefer stick burners. I do use charcoal in my Weber kettle. But I'm about to trade out all of the briquettes and stop using those, and I'm going to go to all lump charcoal. Just because I may do it. You know what? I'll probably do a video somewhere in the future on why I'm thinking about doing that. So I'm about to introduce the sausage to the queso, which I think it's a good thing because this queso's pretty thick. But we got Julio's corn tortilla chips, another Texas brand. You can get them at Kroger, you can get them at H-E-B. I've seen them at Walmart. Hey man, he's kind of a little smaller business up there in Austin, I believe. I guess I should say down there in Austin from Dallas. So support Texas, man. Anyway, I got my Lone Star beer, my Tito's vodka, and my Julio's chips. So we're gonna put that sausage in here and finish this thing off. You know what? Let's just keep the camera running. Maybe we'll get us a good blooper out of the whole deal. Y'all hang on. No telling what's gonna happen. All right, looky there. No calamities. I'm gonna keep cooking this and stir that in. So we got a little ways to go. It's almost ready. And I'm gonna close it back up. Put the top back on it. Add another stick to the fire. Pretty close to calling this done. So after checking on my queso and realizing that I think it's just too thick, I put together a little mixture of 2-to-1 milk and buttermilk. I did check it after it had been in there for about another 5 minutes or so. I stirred it up and yeah, it's thinning out pretty good. So I got the top off of it. I'm going to put another log on, get some more smoke running through this because I want that smoky flavor. That's the reason for doing it on the Old Country Pit Barbecue, Wrangler edition. A couple of the reasons why I chose the Wrangler over a couple of the other Old Countries, and absolutely why I would always choose right now Old Country ahead of some of the other smokers that are in that same price range. Other smokers that are in the same price range as these Old Country pit barbecues, they're not welded, they're bolted together, they're not nearly as heavy gauge steel as this is. I should be stoking my fire and getting more smoke from my queso instead of jibber-jabbering about jibber-jabber. So, yeah, we'll talk more about that somewhere down the road. Let's get some fire on here. So Garth Brooks said, and the thunder rolls. Well, I say, and the smoke rolls. Yeah, dude. It's turning into an ooey, gooey, beautiful, gorgeous queso. Just a couple more minutes, let it get completely set up, and then I'm taking it inside. Jaden's helping me out here today, y'all. So, hey, I'm kind of happy with the way these are turning out. I was a little skeptical when we started, but so far they're working out. And the only thing that I've really learned is if you do this little twirl right here, man, that's the kick right there. Step back so that oil don't jump on you, Hoss. I don't think it will, but nah, it's not gonna. And the other trick I've learned is just let it sit, that end of it, just let it sit there until it kind of floats and then drop it in. Otherwise it tends to sink right to the bottom, and I don't think you want that.
Tell Jaden what YouTube is. He always is.
Well, Jaden, go find Crosswire Barbecue.
Crosswire Barbecue.
And you can find all kinds of my YouTube channel is boy, if you wouldn't mind, I'd sure appreciate it. My YouTube channel is this. There are a ton of people out there that are experts at this stuff. I have no freaking idea what I'm doing, but I'll take y'all along with me and show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. And then, whenever I make a big mistake with a $60 brisket, you don't have to make that same mistake. So these are our Corndogs, Super Bowl edition. And so far they're coming out all right, y'all.